Tagadan 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 pam pam tagadan 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 pam pam tagadan 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 pam pam tagadan.
All right, so let's move backwards to Marco Sbrighi. Marco,
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Sorry for the mistake, but it seems I was not able to join to the panelist.
Not a problem. So, glad we were able to get that figured out.
After all, it was a good thing that Massimo had presented before me, because there is there are some things in common with its own the Massimo presentation. So some concepts have already introduced by Massimo. Okay, so I'm going to share the screen if it works.
Don't see it yet on my side.
Can you see?
There we go. Yep, looks good.
Okay, good. Okay, so first of all, a few words about my institution, CINECA, that is an Italian consortium of universities, and it is giving services for universities since 15 years ago, and it collects a lot of institutions, and it is under the umbrella of the Ministry of Education and Universities. So what I'm presenting today is related to the HPC department of CINECA, because it is the, let's say, the core part of CINECA in the past. CINECA was born 50 years ago for HPC services, and today it is not the main topic in CINECA HPC. Anyway, I will skip some slides because there are too many. Okay. Here we have a timeline of the CINECA story with all the platform we hosted. Today, we will see in the next slides what we are hosting today, and in a more specific way. And just a couple of words about the new big, let's say, new big challenge that we will face now, that is related to the installation of Leonardo in the new Technopole in Bologna, but it is a story different from the one I'm going to present today. So today we'll focus on, if it works, on this platform that is called Galileo 100. Galileo 100 is a project that was born 3 years ago, and it was under the same umbrella of the Phoenix project that Massimo presented before. Besides the general services provided by the Phoenix project, Galileo 100 is related to the HPC platform. And I am presenting that today from the point of view of the system administrators, because my background is in system administration. Okay, so Galileo 100 was an outcome of a lot of focus and discussion inside what was called the Interactive Computing Infrastructure for Human Brain Project, the ICEI project. The picture that you are looking now, it is the main outcome of the requirements that was presented by the various stakeholders. And in the title of the presentation, I called this system an hybrid system in the sense that it tends to let's say cope with the two main trends that we have today. One is the specific HPC behavior with a low latency network, and the other one is the one related to interactive services and flexible, let's say, flexible infrastructure as a service that is covered by an infrastructure as a service suite. In our case, we have OpenStack. You've seen just before that Massimo logged in our OpenStack dashboard service. So the requirements were really heavy, and so it was leading to a tightly coupled network system. Here I presented the breakdown of the specifications. The users requested for MPI nodes dedicated to MPI jobs, specialized for MPI jobs, nodes for data-centric computations with a large amount of memory. In our case, it was NVMe equipments, GPUs, large file system for data archiving and also for job space, a sort of high speed file system acting as a bus buffer, more or less a bus buffer over the archival. I call that a cache because it is not just a bus buffer. And on the right side, a cloud platform, properly an infrastructure as a service from the point of view of the system administrators, and a related object store. So we had to accommodate and to host everything in our machine room. Our machine room is currently hosting bigger platforms than the one I'm presenting today. We have a system called Marconi that is more than 3,000 nodes for mainly for aerofusion community. Another accelerated platform that is called Marconi 100 that is 1,000 nodes but 4,000 GPUs. An archival system, tape library, and the new Galileo 100 that are all tightly connected with a star-shaped network, a 100 gigabit network. Okay, so what we reached out from the bid, the outcome of the bid was a Dell system plus storage from DDN and the network solution from for the HPC part from NVIDIA Mellanox. NVIDIA Mellanox. So let's say InfiniBand for the high speed network. Gateways to connect the IP over IP network to the Ethernet part, and a lot of high-speed Dell switches on the OpenStack side. So the picture now is more or less, the schematic is more or less the one in this slide. I break down the main hardware partitions. We have the main part, the main quantitative nodes in the MPI plus data center and GPUs. The cache, it is an IME, infinite memory engine from DDN, exascaler Lustre file system from DDN, and in the right side there is OpenStack and the related Ceph file system. Underneath you can see that the InfiniBand is connected to the Ethernet. The 100 gigabit InfiniBand is connected to the 100 gigabit Ethernet by means of Skyway equipments. And that is, let's say, the glue between the two partitions that will allow some strange things that, yeah, is not so usual today because we are currently able to mount and see Lustre file system, like we can see in this slide. We can mount a Lustre file system over InfiniBand from the like any traditional HPC platform from the MPI nodes to and using the RDMA, so, essentially. But not only, we can mount another kind of file system that is the IME, that is an hybrid file system that is able to, not properly a file system, but we can see data pre-staged on top of Lustre, pre-caching the files on NVMEs, and then access data directly to the NVMEs over Lustre. And finally, we can also mount Lustre from the outside of the InfiniBand world using TCP over LNet. And currently we are exporting Lustre to the OpenStack virtual machines and also to other nodes outside of the Galileo 100 platform and network, because TCP is a universal protocol. TCP/IP can traverse the InfiniBand in this way. 2 words about the software we used. We stayed more or less all in the open solution. So we had to handle many distribution inside of this platform because of different kind of services. So we have CentOS for the compute service part. We used Ubuntu for the OpenStack partition and SUSE for the Ceph partition. For the cluster management, for the bare metal management, we used our own XCAD containerized solution that contains very many patches because it is not usual to handle too many different distributions and also other features. And we have GlusterFS for plus CoroSync and for the H availability of the management part. The fabric management is made by Mellanox Open Fabric solution. Plus, we use the OpenSM, not UFM in this case, a replicated solution with some high availability features made by hand. Yes, OpenStack is deployed using XCAT for the bare metal, XCAT for some virtual machine service virtual machines, and Cola Ansible for the OpenStack deployment. For Ceph, we use the XCAT for the bare metal, like OpenStack, and we use the SUSE CS7 plus Ceph admin. Shared file system. For the shared file system, we have Luster, IME, that is a proprietary solution, and CephFS. And finally, the batch scheduler that is represented by SLARM, or most widely diffused SLARM. So yes, I am finished. I finished, and I will thank you for your invitation and your patience.
Thank you, Marco. I do have one question from the audience. What do you plan to replace CentOS with?
Very good question. I took a look just a few days ago, and the only option, unfortunately, today is Oracle Linux, because to stay in the track of let's say Red Hat world. At the moment, we are using everywhere we can. We are using Ubuntu. But in this case, I think we will give a try to Oracle Linux, because it is supported by Mellanox, and it is very similar to, it is the same, it is claimed to be the same as Red Hat, and we have a lot of tools, a lot of already working things that prefer to cope with the Red Hat world. So yeah, maybe we will switch to Oracle Linux, but it is not a definitive answer.
Okay, to kind of follow up with that, another one asks, why not Rocky Linux?
Yes, but as I know, at least since 1 month ago, Rocky Linux is not supported by NVIDIA Mellanox. I don't know if now yes, but for example, XCAT is already up to date to support Oracle Linux. Rocky Linux is not in the last release. Maybe they are working on that, but at the moment, no. So if we have to switch rapidly to a new release because we encounter some kind of very, very weird security issue, I think we have to play with Oracle Linux, but at the moment is not a definitive answer, yes.
Okay, and is the tape library managed by Luster?
No. We are using the tape library is a separated platform with a separated long-term storage. It is based on GPFS plus Spectrum Archive, the former LTFS Enterprise Edition. So it is not managed by, it is not, let's say, it's not an hierarchical storage master based.
Okay, thank you, Marco. Appreciate the presentation.
Brian, I think Damian has a question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just not exactly a question. I just wanted to chip in on the Santos question, because we had the same situation in Ulish. We were also using Santos until recently, and we did switch in December to Rocky, and we've been happy ever after. So it's been working great for us. We haven't found any particular problem there.
Yeah, so. You're using also. Yeah, I think it is not matter of big challenges. What kind of system management are you using, Ulick, for the deployment of the bare metal?
That's probably something that I can explain in more detail tomorrow. But for deployment bare metal on the service nodes, we are using Kickstart, and we are having our own templates and doing the provisioning with Ansible after that. And we are, we have containers where we have a blueprint that is used later on for generating images for the compute nodes that are booted by.
Okay, so you have a diskless solution.
Yes.
Okay. So yes, we don't have a diskless solution, and yes, it's not so different. But we have a long history with the XCAT. We built a lot of facilities on top of XCAT, so we are quite affectionated to that, and we made some kind of services. We built firewall for XCAT, flexible firewall, and other kind of facilities. So we are quite, let's say, affectionated to XCAT. So yes, as soon as we can manage bare metal using Rocky Linux and XCAT, I think we will play the same way. Anyway, today is not yet ready. We need to do a lot of work in this side. So I think we will prefer Oracle Linux, but it is only a matter of to switch from a distribution to another in the HPC partition is a matter of one day. So it is not so difficult to. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the question and response. Thank you, Marco.
Thank you.
Tigadan, tigadan, pam, pam, tigadan, 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 pam, pam, tigadan, 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 pam, pam, tigadan.